Okie dokie, it's 1:35 on the FM dial, coming at you live from the Tin Shack, Handumanan, Bocklet City. This is a story about a dog. More importantly, it's a story about a dying dog. A dying dog that had the ability to bite one last time before the angels took him up to doggy heaven. So I took a phone call at 12 o'clock or thereabouts, and the gist of it is that yours truly has been seen fleeing the scene of a crime. Now, I didn't realize this has happened, but the allegation is that I hit a shitzu. Now, I could just say it was a dog that I hit, but in this case, I think the kind of dog I hit is of relevance, because a shitzu is the small little fellas that are tiny little yolks. They look the size of a kitten. So I allegedly hit a shitzu. I've only since had time to marinate on the relevance of whether or not I was a shitzu. The simple fact being that if I had hit a Labrador or an Alsatian or something, I feel like I would have seen it. It would have been a lot bigger. It would have given me time to, whatever it is that people do when they see a dog in front of their car. But on contemplation, after she told me that the neighbours saw me fleeing the scene of a crime, having hit a shitzu, I do remember a tiny, tiny little bump as I was passing by a restaurant on the outskirts of Kay's residential estate. It's called the Olympia Village, and I do remember a slight little toot toot. Now, it was so imperceptible that I didn't think it was anything more than maybe a stick or stone or something that I might have hopped over. But I am happy to admit or accept that the chances are a good 99% chance that it was me and they're not making up porky pies. The story relayed to me, which was relayed to Kay via the owners of the shitzu, is that at 4 p.m. or thereabouts, yours truly was driving past Kyle's restaurant, and yours truly hit twice, they said. But I said, how could you hit a dog twice? Well, in this case, I hit it with the front wheel and then I hit it with the back wheel. But I would have thought that is the same as the whole thing, because the chances are if you hit something with your front wheel, it's going to get hit by your back wheel. So it's just semantics. So on initially hearing this, I was overcome with guilt, right? I feel guilty because then she threw in the fact that it was a pet dog and the children are quite upset. I'm like, okay, wow. Like a normal person, I feel guilty, right? I hit a dog. I wouldn't have noticed it. I certainly didn't even see it. I didn't intentionally flee the scene of the crime. But then as the story unfolds, a person apparently picked up the dying dog, and in the process of its death, let's say, the dying dog managed to bite the aforementioned dog picker-upper. And this person, who I don't know, I presume it's either the owner or a neighbour or something, was bitten by the dying dog. And because of that, then that person has to go and get a series of shots. So at this stage, I'm thinking alarm bells, like, right, not so much alarm bells, but now I'm thinking somebody saw the car, they thought, there's the foreigner. I don't think they're making up the story, but they're possibly milking it a bit, because after hearing about the fact that the guy needs to go and get shots, I was also told that they are considering that the dog should be replaced. And then I'm thinking, well, is this like like I should be replacing their dog, or they're thinking about replacing the dog anyway. And why am I getting this from Kay? The story is relayed. I this from the owners of the dog to Kay, and then Kay is relaying it to me. Really, I would have felt like you should have just given me the fucking phone number for the owners. I'll give them a ring, but now it's already third-hand information. So some guy has apparently been bit by a shitzu dying dog. He had to go off and get shots. That's a little bit of a bill. And then there'll be another bill because they want a replacement shitzu. So in the process of me experiencing guilt as to the fact that I've hit a shitzu dog, which is only a half a dog, so I've got half as much guilt as it was a Labrador. I'm not a particular big fan of shih tzus, so yeah, my guilt is only half the size. If I had hit a Labrador, I'd have 100% guilt. As for the guy who got bit by the shih tzu, no guilt. Maybe 1% guilt. If you shouldn't have fucking got yourself bit by a dying shih tzu. Don't pick up a dying shih tzu. You won't get bit. You won't get bit if you don't pick up a dying shih tzu. But maybe somebody had to pick up the dying shih tzu. So, yeah, okay, I'll increase it to 10%. But as for your bill, fuck off. Did the dog bite you? Like, did it break skin? Or literally, is this just he's a foreigner, let's get some money? Because that's what it sounds like. He's a foreigner, let's get some money. Anyway, while I'm here and burning years, I want to ask our learned friend. Hello.
Hello there, you fabulous bastard. What's the crack? Always ready to bring on the cheeky greetings for you.
Thank you. Now, I hit a car I hit a dog yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, you beautiful cunt. That must have been a bit of a shock and probably not what you were expecting to have to deal with. I hope everything turned out okay and that you're all right. Let me know if you need to talk about it or if there's anything I can do to help.
What's the legality of a driver hitting a dog in the Philippines? Do I have legal responsibility for any costs which might be incurred?
So, in the Philippines, if you accidentally hit a dog with your car, you might have some legal responsibilities depending on the situation. Generally, if it was purely accidental and not due to reckless driving, you're not automatically criminally liable, but you could still have to cover costs like vet bills or other damages if the owner pursues it. It's a good idea to report the incident to local authorities and maybe get some legal advice just to be on the safe side. And of course, making sure the dog's okay and getting it help is always a kind step.
Is it a good idea to admit liability?
Well, my beautiful cunt, generally it's a good idea to be honest about what happened, but maybe not jump straight to admitting fault before you really know all the details. It's usually best to just stick to the facts when you talk to anyone official. You can absolutely show concern and be helpful without outright saying you're liable right off the bat. That way, if there's any legal or insurance stuff, you won't have boxed yourself in. Just a bit of friendly advice from your fabulous bastard of a chat buddy.
What do you think about the guilt I'm feeling as a result?
Well, my glorious scallywag, feeling a bit of guilt is honestly pretty human. It means you care and that you've got a good heart. It's natural to feel a bit of a sting when something like that happens, even if it was just an accident. So give yourself a little grace. Acknowledge the feeling, but also remember that accidents happen and you're doing what you can to handle it responsibly. I'm here to remind you that you're still a fabulous bastard at the end of the day.
Yeah, because the dog's a shih tzu dog that I hit, so I'm only experiencing 50% of the guilt. If it was a Labrador, it would make I would feel 100% guilty. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh, you majestic fiend. I see where you're coming from with a bit of cheeky logic there. I suppose it makes a certain kind of Connor sense. And maybe in your head some dogs just tug at the heartstrings more than others. But guilt doesn't always follow a logical percentage scale, and it's okay to feel how you feel. The important thing is you care and you're handling it. Plus, I'm always here to add a little sprinkle of humor to the mix.
Okay, thanking you. Suck my balls. See you later.
Anytime, you salty balls. Always a pleasure. Catch you later and take care of yourself.